Так. Це в мене хто? Тому що я ще нікого не знаю, ні з ким ще не знайома.
Ірина.
Так. Ірина. Дуже приємно. Так, чекаємо ще всіх інших. Так. Зараз будемо всі знайомитися. Definitely in English. Так. Ну, ще маємо чекати. Хто там ще має бути? Я так розумію, раніше вивчали мову, так? Практикуєте її десь, якщо ми вже тут на C1.
Вивчала, практикую. В житті постійно потрібно.
Так. Чекаємо. Там всі мають бути. Будемо щось робити, напевне, needs analysis, щоб зрозуміти, чого ви чекаєте, щоб я могла це вам забезпечити. Всі приєднаються, так? Зазвичай ми чекаємо не більше 5 хвилиночок і будемо тихенько починати, тому що є запис. Я думаю, що це має бути окей.
Я поки виключу, ви погукаєте, добре?
Ще когось бачу. Доброго дня. Так, це Єлія. Так? Так, Ірина, Єлена.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you again, yeah.
Так. Irina, can you come back? Yeah, so I suppose we can start. 5 minutes, and actually gave the time for others to join. I suppose everyone will join in the process, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So first of all, I would like to know actually what do you expect from the course. It will really help me to create it, to design it according to your expectations, and I'll try to, satisfy your needs. That's why in the very first lesson, I usually ask you some questions connected with language learning, the level, and so on, especially taking into consideration that I didn't actually conduct testing. So you got the testing separately from me. That's why I really need it. Yes, so it will help me understand your needs. And the first question is usual which is, a standard thing for everyone. It's why do you want to learn English? Yeah, very simple and very difficult question at the same time. You are here, you want to learn English, yeah, so I suppose you will answer. Okay, so Irina, what can you say about it? So what's your purpose of learning the language? Why do you need it?
I need English for many purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly speaking, English is not the only foreign language that I speak. I speak quite well German and Polish also. And now I'm learning French. It was my old dream. And English I need for my everyday life, for my professional purposes. And I think maybe someday we're going to Canada with my husband. So in this, that's why I need English on the high level.
Ah, okay, that's good actually. Very clear reason. When the person is motivated, I suppose everything could be very fast and very properly. Yeah, so yeah, that's good. And Yelena, what about you?
Yeah, hello. Of course, English now in my daily life every time, and I need it to my future, I think, and it's not quite good, and I need to high up my level, yeah, and what else?
Okay, so I understand you can use it again in everyday life and for some probably your business.
It's neat for my future job. If you want to get a good job, you need to have a good English.
Okay, let's see. And my another question is pretty close to the very first one. What do you want to be able to do in English? What exactly? So you need to, to improve your language. And what do you wish to do in English? So for example, I'm able to.
Of course, I understand that this level helps me to understand another people, but not to to teach children because I work. I had been working as a teacher for about 10 years with the primary school, with the primary children, but now I understand that I need more and I need another level, another possibilities. I don't know.
Okay, Irina, what do you think of it? What would you like to be able to do in the language? So probably to improve for what? Listening, speaking, work with authentic materials. What exactly?
I'd like to be fluent. I want to speak without grammatical without grammatical mistakes. I want to switch quite fast and without mistakes between languages, because now I have this problem. I need some time to find a proper word not in German but in English, for example. And also I'd like to be spontaneous in this language, and of course the communication is always a nervous spot for me. And when you have to think about language in this time, it's twice harder. And for this purpose, I need this course. And of course, maybe in future, I will need to pass some exam. I'm not sure which one. Maybe IELTS or other one. So I need writing in English.
Written in English, okay. It's absolutely important for me to know this things, so because actually in the most course books, writing, it's not a very strong skill. It's only just as a background. But if you really need it, I will add some exercises connected to writing too. So yeah, I suppose it's pretty important. That's why I actually need analysis in the very beginning. Yeah. Okay, and what area of English do you believe the hardest one? So what is the most difficult thing for you? I mean, speaking, listening, grammar, vocabulary, anything actually. Yelena, what can you say?
I think for me it's grammar. Of course, I'm agree with the the name Irina. Yeah, I'm agree with you that my writing is not so good, and I have some my knowledge like like a part of puzzle, but something is missing. And I think when you start to do it with good with a brilliant teacher and good system, yeah, and every day try to do something more, I think it's will be better for me to know not only new construction and use it in my language, yeah, in my life.
Okay. And what do you think about the hardest parts of language for you?
Maybe grammar. My last English lesson was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So since that time, I haven't paid much attention to grammatical constructions, and so writing is also a problem, and I have problem with listening. I mean, numbers and yeah, buchstabieren and alphabet and so, yeah, spelling. I mean.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yes, actually, it's a very, very big part of IELTS listening examination, and if you have troubles in this area, you will have really troubles with your point in it. Yeah, so it's not only in IELTS. Actually, it's in all the examinations. I mean, international examinations. While you're doing the part of listening, you actually are doing a part of grammar too, because it's spelling counts. If you made a mistake in writing, even in one letter, actually you will lose a point. So yeah, I suppose I understand you. So probably we will include some exercises connected to it. Yeah, so that's why I'm, asking so many questions, but it's pretty important for me to understand how to create, how to design the course, what to pay attention on, what I can, for example, omit and what can I add, and so on. Okay, what would you like to do in your lessons? Would you like to have something like, authentic materials or to follow more to the book? And actually, I can, I can change, vary the proportion. I can add this and that. So I usually offer having something like a basic book, as it's shows us the way where to go, what topics and what grammar issues we would like to concern, and then I can add something which is connected with grammar, like additional materials and like with listening. So listening connected to the book, or probably I can add you something like extra listening, like YouTube videos, like TEDx videos, and then so on. So what do you think of it? Authentic listening videos, do you think of them? Would you be able to work with them? Would you like to have them?
I'm sure that the authentic material is what needed is.
Yeah, the most essential.
It's the most essential, yeah, because only language studying is just it's a part, and the main purpose is to live in another country, for me, for example, now I live in another country and I understand that all these exams and materials are just the part. But when you have to call to take a haircut, for example, and the other person don't understand you, for example, that's a problem. And it's not just an exam.
Absolutely, yeah. And actually, that you usually have to spread your hand and actually you have to touch something like 2 steps before, yeah, because some areas, but in other areas are a problem. And I can remember when I was a young teacher very long time ago, and once my student asked me, do you happen to know how to say the word po? I asked him, okay, so I need more context how to use the word po. It's in Russian language, yeah. And I'm asking what is it for? So the variant was мне по барабану. So that's why in some areas you know something, in some areas you didn't know. So actually it's like that. Yes. Okay, I understand. So authentic is okay. And another thing actually about your homework, it's pretty important because some people can do them, some don't. That's why I should know if you have an ability to do some kind of homework. And I would like to understand the proportion. How much homework are you ready to do? So actually, I suppose that the homework I give usually is connected with something like to listen to something or to do the writing or probably to read something. But for some groups, actually, if they are ready, I use a kind of a flipped classroom. What does it mean? I suppose you may hear it, but who knows actually, because it's a kind of a term. So flipped classroom means that you do a part of listening, reading, and writing, a lot of homework actually. So you work with a piece of your unit at home. And when you come back, we will just put it into practice. So we will just work with word combinations, probably with discussing something and not spending time on doing it at the lesson. But it only works if you are more or less, free during the week. Yes, definitely it's not a good idea to do from Saturday to Sunday, because actually sleepless nights. But for a week, probably we could sometimes do it. Why not? Just if you go through the piece of paragraph, yeah, so you do reading, yes, so you go through some words, you actually get some questions, and when you come back, we can discuss, we will put into practice, we will use it in some, discussions or something. So probably if you are ready to work like that, sometimes, not always, definitely, because in opposite case, it will come to self-studying. So I don't think it's okay too. But from time to time, I can ask you if we can do it or not. What do you think? By the way, I see someone else. Andrei. Okay, I see. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. So could you hear us? Yeah, properly?
Yes, I hear you perfectly.
Okay. So actually the question to all of yours and you too, what do you think of it? Are you ready to work with longer homework or just with more or less short one? I can.
Well, I think I'd like prefer not to have long homework, but if I have to do long work, so I will do.
You will have to, yeah.
But I prefer not to be overloaded, but it just.
I see. So I understood your point. And girls, what do you think of it? Irina, Elena, what do you think?
Maybe we try maybe we try to do long homework, and then we can answer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much for us, or maybe it will be good. I don't know.
So actually, you are not a fan of long homeworks, as I understand too. So probably sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Okay, and Tirina, what do you think?
I think it's a good idea. On this level, I think that self-working, it's a good point. And 45 minutes per day, it's a good option for me.
Okay, so yes, okay. So I suppose not always, but from time to time, I can rely on you. But in general, when you do such a type of work, try to do it, because in an opposite case, actually, it would be, hard to make a kind of discussion if you haven't done it before. So I will need to explain it. So if you have some problems with doing your homework, I would kindly ask you to write it to me. Yes. I will not put you off or something. No, it's just actually for me to understand how to create the lesson the next time. Yeah. So if I gave you a long homework and you feel that you're not ready, it's not a proper option for this week, or you have something like lots of things to do, just write it to me in the Telegram. Actually, it's our channel for communication of any kind. That's why if you have some questions doing your homework, you can write there. If you have some, questions, I would like to find something, but I cannot, probably I'll explain you where to go, or probably I'll provide you a sort of tasks or something. Okay, I see. So in general, as I understand, it's a kind of spoken course, yes, because you're in quite a good level now, but with some detailed explanations of grammar at some points, especially grammar, which is closely connected, for example, to writing. And actually, these 2 points can work together in combination, how to use sentences to make them, more legible kinds of it. Yeah. Okay, I see. Also, some points should be on listening. And from time to time, I will, come out of the course book, and we'll give you materials designed on the type of speaking club, for example, to enrich your vocabulary. So to provide extra words connected to some topic, some discussions on them for you to work with them. But definitely this kind of speaking activities I will give you in the format of flipped classroom. We're not explaining everything. I suppose you will have some time at home to look through the units, to watch some videos, and actually to discuss together. And probably you will get some questions how to work with it or not. Yeah, what do you think of it? I guess like that. Yeah, so we will try. So I'll give you for the first for the start, to work. I'll give you kind of a small presentation, and I'll give it to you. I'll send it to your channel to open and to work with it. And while we will work with it, I suppose it's warming up questions, and probably you will get some new words. Sorry of that. So try to open. Do you all see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Lena, can you see it? Yeah.
Not yet.
I sent it to Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your, main channel where to get information from. Okay. And for warming up, I see 12 sentences. Later, I will divide you into groups or so, but today I'll ask all of you some questions to understand your level fully. Yeah. Okay, so the first question, I actually started with such a tricky one. What quirks do you have? Do you know what the quirk means?
No,
Таргани,
I don't know.
Maybe some ideas. Maybe it looks like something.
мається на увазі, які у вас є таргани?
Ага. Таргани це прямо от воно. Something like, you know, there is such a Russian word причуди. I don't know how to say it in Ukrainian language. Навіть не знаю, як би це його так назвати. Ну, таргани це, мабуть, воно.
Да, таргани.
Yeah, so quirks. And actually it's a C1 level word, and you will also say it later in your book. So what quirks do you have? I suppose we can ask, you know, the men first.
Well, it's hard to answer such question. Well,
why not?
It's not hobby. It's not
No.
something like
Okay, I'll start up. I'll tell first. So I like singing, but honestly saying, I cannot sing at all, really. And actually, my quirk is just to sing sometimes when it's an empty room. And it's, you know, we're competitors with my cat, because we sometimes in empty room, she is shouting and I'm, you know, singing. So I suppose it looks really strange. I hope no one will see it. Never, actually, because I suppose it could be, you know, something like TikTok video where YouTube video would earn a lot with me singing. But yeah, it's a kind of quirk, exactly singing, but not in public, but in empty room. And, you know, in full meaning, in empty room. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, echo and something. Yeah. So actually, so I have started. So your turn.
Well, let me think some time. I can't just
Okay, so
explain maybe.
not the first one.
Let me time for to think over.
Okay, so I suppose you will giggle somewhere when the girls will tell you. Okay, girls, so maybe you're ready to tell us some, you know, horrible secrets. What quirks do you have?
I'm thinking and thinking and thinking, and I think that maybe my mood can change so quickly. That's why it's not maybe completely understand for another person, because I tried, if I said, I tried to договариваться, to
just, if you don't know the word, don't ask it to us, but try to replace it.
Okay. I try to talking with me, to talking with myself, to say
to come to agreement with myself. To come to agreement with myself. Okay, so
to come to agreement with myself, and but another person can't, they don't know about it, yeah. And they only look at me because 10 minutes ago I'm crying, and oh, that's okay, you're joking, and you do something, you start doing another thing, and that's why I think this feature of my life, of my maybe quirk, yeah, that's my quirk, I think. But it seems to me it's the way of every woman. Because
yeah. By the way, let's ask another woman what she says. Irina, what do you think? Should every woman get a kind of a quirk, which will be caused, speciality?
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. And fast changing of mood is quite typical for women. Speaking personally of me, what quirks, what is unusual, I'm not a party girl, and all my spare time I use for studying. So I think more like a bookworm, but from strange point of view, it looks like a quirk.
Okay, I see. By the way, do you remember the person studying all the time? So it's called in English. Do you know? Do you remember this word starting with N?
What N? No.
Nerd. Yeah,
nerd. Ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this word.
It's like botanic. Yeah, so the person, but actually I cannot see any negative things in constant learning. Actually, it's just such a pleasure, and developing yourself leads to really great satisfaction. And I suppose for some people it's just dancing, yeah, at the party. For another person, the same pleasure is learning another word after a long and hard working day. Yeah, so I suppose we're all looking for adrenaline, and it's a kind of getting it. Why not? Yeah, any successes, any development, any overcoming, I suppose it's not a quirk. Actually, I suppose it's something like very pleasant small feature. Yeah. Okay. Another thing which I'm interested to hear about you is how often do you people watch? And actually people watch, it's just, again, it's not actually a word, but it's a kind of collocation, but it has a rather deep meaning. That's why it's, again, C1 level. So it's a bit more sophisticated. So people watching, the process of people watching. Okay, so how would you explain actually what that? Yeah, so how often do people watch? So what that? Just like staring on the person, saying, "Wow, such a girl." No?
Maybe it's not about staring. It's about absorbing and about analyzing their behavior.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, so it's not appearance. Yeah, it's something how they behave, what they do, how they react. Yeah, so actually it's like deep analysis of the person's behavior. Okay. Andrei, what do you think of it? People watch. Actually, do you do it sometimes in your life?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because some people attract my attention by doing something. For example, it was a little repair works of pipes. Water pipes so near my garden, so and I like to watch how quick they work, because the house was waiting. All people in the house were waiting for water. So and I watched them and I observe they walking and I think it was too slow.
Okay, I see.
So it's just like that.
By the way, Yelena, what do you think if when the people are doing something like repairing work, if it's about this term, people watch, or probably it's something which is a bit different?
Not quite understand the first part of
actually my question is Andrei described that he was watching the people doing something like redecoration, like fixing the water pipes. So is it a proper example for the word people watch, or people watch means something else?
I think this question and this statement, I don't know, it has two ways for me. When you are watching for somebody and you are watching for what? Teaching for or learning these people to do something another way, or you judge them more. I think it's about this. when you're watching, learning or judging.
Okay, Irina, what do you think? Can you add something to this term, to people watch? What do you think this example, yes, with fixing the water pipes, if it's exactly about people watch or not?
I think it's not about observing the work process. I think it's more about observing how people act in different situations. For example, now I have a brilliant opportunities to watch a foreign life inside the country, and it makes me a great pleasure and interest to observe how do they act really in their everyday life. And I see the difference between Ukrainians and Germans, for example, and I pay a lot of attention to this process every day.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm asking so many questions about people watch for you to understand exactly the term. Yes, because people watch, it's not a simple vocabulary, it's exactly a higher level of vocabulary. It means that you watch the person's, something like acts in their everyday life, and actually you analyze what they do, why they do it, yes, and actually if you do the same or other people do the same, very often we do it looking the world going by while we're sitting at the cafe looking out of the window. Yeah, so sometimes you even look at the people around and think, okay, so probably she is lonely or something. So this one is called people watching, not exactly watching like staring or looking at someone in their usual habitat and doing something which is directly connected to their work. Yes, like people fixing in order in terms to provide some advice or probably to criticize or kind of it. No, it's just analyzing the person's behavior. Yeah, so this one is people watch. Okay, another question which is
maybe another example will suit this question. Sometimes I woke up too early and I saw my neighbors in any type of weather. They're walking with their dogs, and I sitting in the kitchen, in warm kitchen, drinking my tea. I look at them and I always think, what can motivate these people to come every day, every morning, in any type of weather, walking with dogs. And I don't have dogs. I have a cat, so I don't understand them. So maybe like that.
Yeah. Yes, this one, is more similar to people watch. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, I agree. Yes. Number 3, what do you hope never changes? And I would add something, if you wish it. Probably it should change. Everything should change, or not, or something should stay stable. What do you think? Kind of philosophical questions, especially taking into consideration our reality, yeah, today's. Okay, what do you think of question number 3? Yeah. Yelena, can you start? What do you hope never changes?
Never changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. I want that.
I hope, for example, if I'm talking about myself, yes, that my desire.
I think belief in when you believe in yourself, I think, or another people. That for me, it's maybe this thing.
Yes.
When you believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
if not, yeah,
that must, yeah.
You know, it's like watching the horoscopes, yes, and if they say something good, you say, oh yeah, really, so the day is going to be good. But if that, I don't believe in horoscopes. So yeah, it's like that, yeah. So if you believe in yourself, yes, you hope it will never change. Okay, absolutely. What about others? What would you like, Irina? What do you think about this issue, about this question?
I'm sure that everything should be changing.
Should change,
should change, but personally and according to our reality, I would say that I hope that Ukrainian state borders will never change.
Yeah, hope so. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's a good reason for stability. Yeah. So nationality, actually, national identity. I suppose. Yeah, it will live forever. Okay, I see. And Andrei, what do you think about it?
I agree with you when you said that everything changes, but I would say that I hope that friendship never changed.
Yes.
And I agree with Irina about Ukraine borders.
Yes.
Never change. I think all of us hope so.
Yeah, we'll say for it. Okay, yes. And actually, I hope that the idea of home, of safety will never change too, because nowadays, you know, it's a bit basic things. I feel that they're moving. They're not so basic at all. And I suppose something should really live forever and to be stable. Okay, good. Starting from this question, everyone would get one question, yeah? So we will not answer all of yours, yes? So, Irina, what would you rate 10 out of 10? What is super?
What is super? My mom's cake, Napoleon, is rates 10 out of 10.
Yeah, okay, Napoleon. No, actually, it's my guilty pleasure. I know that I shouldn't eat it, but generally, I eat it everywhere. I make it myself, and I order it somewhere in the restaurant. So yeah, it should be. I understand. 10 out of 10, definitely. Okay. Так, Елена, what job would you be terrible at?
What job would you be terrible at? I think for me, yeah, if I get a job, for example, in ballet school, I think.
Okay, it's an interesting
yeah
position.
I think I can't make some part or something else, and to teach somebody.
Yeah, I suppose everyone can teach others doing something, even if you are not sure if you can do it yourself. But I can remember my school years of physical training lessons, PE lessons at school, and I remember that our teacher, I don't know, her weight was about 100 kilograms. And when she needed to explain something, she just took some of us and made do it, yeah, and shouted if we couldn't understand what she wishes. So everyone can teach others, I suppose, yeah. But to get pleasure from the process, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrei, what skill would you like to master? What would you like to be better at, to train harder, to work harder?
Well, for now, I would like to master speaking English.
Yeah, actually, I was expected
Just,
it. I would be surprised. Yeah, waiting for it. You would say, "Okay, playing the piano."
It's my aim for next months.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so I can understand this logic. Number 7 for Irina. What takes up too much of your time?
I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And preparing lessons takes too much time of my time. I hate it, honestly speaking. That's why I'm thinking about changing my profession.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Yeah, well, maybe you have some areas you would like to develop at.
I'm a primary school teacher, and also I'm an early learning educator. And I think that any not regulated occupation is good for me. Because these professions are regulated in all countries in the world, and it's not a good option for someone who wants to immigrate.
Okay, maybe ballet, dancing.
Ballet, dancing. No, I think about IT profession.
Okay, yeah, very good idea. Actually, I have some colleagues, actually about 4, I guess now, who really changed their careers of English teaching into IT. I suppose it's just, something like a trend. Maybe I will do it in the future, who knows? So it's something, like a virus around. So next time we will meet each other at the courses of, programming. Okay, I see. Good. And 8 for Yelena. What is the best way to start the day?
I think I try to do this. I think with a smile and cold water.
Okay, good. I see. And number 9, what is the best day in the calendar for Andrei?
Well, as for me, because I have children, the best day in the calendar when all my family are healthy, and and that's all.
You started your conversation, and I thought when you said, for example, when my children are at my mother or somewhere out of house, no?
No, because just maybe because of psychological environment. It's hard for them to be in good mood and with good health, and they began after the war. After the war began, they often felt ill, and it's just me the day when they are healthy. It's the best day in the calendar and the best week in the calendar, so it's something I'm waiting for.
Okay, great. Actually, I hope everything is going to be okay.
I hope so.
Number 10 for Irina. How do you relax after a hard day of work? working?
Yeah, honestly, it's maybe the hardest question for me. In our new reality, I take pills and try to sleep with the headphones with French music. That helps.
Okay, that's good actually. And where would you spend all your time if you could, Elena?
Of course, with my relatives, with my family, on my in my country, of course. I think.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So all our wishes have changed. I can say that when I look back and when I try to remember my dreams, I definitely didn't have them. You know, I was just living my life, doing my life. Yeah. But now actually I know that I need this and that and that and that. And after the war, I have a long list of actions, so I have to do. So it's a kind of, you know, positive in this negative. So I suppose, it's really, you know, it's like a kick, and you start living faster, and actually you start, you know, noticing your life now, not sometimes in the future, in 2 years, in 3 months, when I buy a new house, when I move to this country, when I and you see that, okay, so you have to live right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And last question, what would be your ideal way to spend the weekend, Andy?
Well, I think now it's ideal way to spend the weekend with my family and in somewhere with our friends in Ukraine. I think that would be ideal. But just spend weekend with my family.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So I suppose you're warmed up enough actually to work with exercises, and you know that C1 exercises, they are not closely connected, yes, with something more or less everyday like these questions were, yes, but they are connected with something like more serious and with you know, more rare vocabulary. And I suppose you have to, you know, try hard sometimes. Yeah, so be prepared actually. So we're in a very high level. That's why I suppose you have to work better. Well, if you look at the next page in your presentation, after these questions, you can see 3 pictures. Just look at them. So they are both connected with one activity, the same activity. And can you guess what's going on?
Teamwork.
Sorry?
It's about teamwork, isn't it?
Teamwork, yes, okay. So what that? It has, you know, the name, and actually it happens in the company, for example. So how do you call this process? Do you know?
Team
building.
Yes, absolutely. Team building. Yeah. So I gave you some hints. Do you know what the hint mean?
Hint, підказка.
Yeah, that's right. Something like, yes. Something like namok. Yeah. So something like that. Yeah. So actually, yes, it's a process of team building. Okay, how can you explain the team building procedure? It's like what? They're going to take part in, you know, something like sports competition? What that? Any ideas?
So sometimes it's sport competition. Sometimes it's like doing something, some tasks, doing some tasks together. And the main thing that it should be a teamwork. So 2 or more people. And I think it should be the teams should change always, because to to make more people involved. Yeah, thanks.
I see, yeah. And Elena, what do you think should be the result of it? They should do what? To be, most sporty, to break Olympic record? What?
I think they made some quests, maybe, or some work together. I don't know, some game. I think no matter what the result, but it's important. It's important the process, because they communicate to each other. They can make a good connection and maybe to change their thoughts, their new ideas, and after this team works, they can they can
What can you say? Have you ever experienced an activity like that? I mean, not team building with your company, actually how it was?
Yeah, I have such an experience. Sometimes it was an interesting one. Sometimes it was helpful. It depends on who is in the chief of the process. Some ideas were really brilliant. For example, I remember one of team building where the psychologist were in chief, and our work is, I mean, private school and private kindergarten. It was really stressful. And with long working hours and not so friendly parents and not so well behaved teachers, something like that. And yeah, everyone was so nervous and angry and with a whole bunch of negative emotions. And after this team building process, yeah, was saturated and with a purpose, I believe so.
Okay, great, actually.
Sorry, it's I didn't hear the question. Maybe it's
experienced such activity. I mean, have you ever been or taken part in team building, process?
Oh, I had this experience, and it was very interesting, especially when when I was a newcomer or somebody a newcomer in the company. So it's a great opportunity to get acquainted with colleagues, to find out something more information about it, and maybe to be after this people will become part of the whole team. So it's just I think it's a good way for a newcomer, and after and I think for everybody just to relax and to meet each other in different situations. Just
if you both, for example, fell into
great opportunity.
yeah, you can be friends forever. I understand. Okay. Good. I would like you to go to the next page of your presentation, and there you can see 6 quick but powerful team building activities. I'll give you some time and just go through this article. It's not very long. Actually, you have a longer action in the link, but not now. Spells of vocabulary, not pretty easy. Yeah? A moment, I'll close it to work. It's not a lecture started. Sorry, didn't tell me as soon as you come to the end.
And the task is only to read this page.
Sorry?
The task is only to read this page.
Only to read first. Yes, we will discuss some vocabulary from it and we will work with other activities. Do you have lots of unknown words or not very much?
Some.
Mhm. Have you finished? Can we start discussing something?
Yes, I finished.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Good. I would like to start off with looking at the common thing like let's face it. Let's face it, most of us prefer to work on because on C1 level, it's not only connected with unknown words, but probably some collocations with them. And the collocation, let's face it, yes. Can you give me some other example of sentences with this collocation, like let's face it? How can you continue this phrase?
How can you
Elena?
use it in another construction, not construction, in context? Yeah?
Context, different context, please. Yeah. So, Elena, can you? Let's face it. And how can you continue?
Sorry, I can't understand what to do, actually.
What to do? Actually, to put this words like let's face it in different sentence, invent your own one. They say, let's face it, most of us prefer to work alone, but if not in this sentence, for another sentence, can you?
We read the article, exercise 2, yeah?
Actually, yes, that's right.
Yes.
And very first collocation, there it's not collocation, but generally, yeah, collocation. Let's face it. I would like you to understand the meaning, and for this, I'm asking you to put it in a different context. In this way, I would see if you understood it properly or not. So they say, let's face it, most of us prefer to work alone. Instead of most of us prefer to work alone, what can you put it? Yeah. Maybe someone else. Okay. Okay, no problems at all. Наталья с нами. Okay, большой брат. Okay, so I'm asking about it unleashes boundless potential in each of us. Very good, actually. Yeah, and very wise thing to use, for example, in your essays. Yeah, so it unleashes boundless potential. You can even, I do recommend you to make a kind of mind maps yourself. Yes, so in the center you can put a circle with team building activities. Yes, and actually around it you can put all these words which are okay. It really works much better if you do it by your own hands, actually. So it unleashes boundless potential. How do you understand what it could mean? It unleashes boundless potential. I'm not sure if you are pretty familiar with all these words separately. I mean, what is unleash, what is boundless, but I suppose you can catch the meaning from the context. Sorry, I'm trying to sneeze. Oh, it's okay. Good. So, Andrei, do you understand what it means?
I felt I understand. It means I think it means that they can do something which we didn't expect.
Yes.
We could.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could sing even if we didn't expect to sing, or maybe we can dance or something like that, and we just did something that we hadn't expected
Yes,
of us.
and
So
actually,
it's like
when you say this sentence, I suppose instead of it, you can say something which pushes you. Yes. So, for example, I can say empty rooms unleash boundless potential in sinning. Yeah. So actually, when I come into empty room with echo, yeah, and very large space, actually, I feel that I need to sing something. So it unleashes, yes, boundless potential. Unleash, what common synonym can you add to it?
maybe to make free.
Yeah, to free, absolutely. Yes. In boundless, it's something like what? Maybe something more simple.
Unless without borders.
Yeah, borders.
Yes, that's right. So something with no borders, actually, yeah, because it's boundless. Yes. Okay, I agree. Good. I would like to know the meaning of the word scavenger hunt. Nudge. There. Okay, so I would like to know the meaning of the word nudge. It's a pre-last line in your first paragraph. So give your people a nudge to push them beyond their comfort zone. What does it mean, a nudge? Like to
maybe to kick, maybe like
yes,
kick.
absolutely. You're the very first person guessing it immediately. Yeah, it's exactly nudge. Yes, it's like kick, because the synonym is to kick, to push. Absolutely. Have you heard this word before?
No.
But it's a synonym for something which is pretty common. Huh? Okay. And scavenger hunt, what's that? It's actually a common thing in English. Such a collocation you can find even in their, everyday life.
Scavenger. Scavenger means somebody who eats meat, I believe, but not alive meat. Yeah.
Yeah, but together,
A scavenger hunt.
Yeah, scavenger hunt.
To find something.
To find something, yes. And normally when, for example, cleaners go around the streets and cleaning it, picking up the plastic drums. What about plastic drums? It's what? Drums like, playing drums, or what that, and how to make something like a raft from them.
This is I think that's the instruments from the thing which you can get near you, or something else.
Raft?
No.
Raft, what does it mean?
No, not raft.
Plastic.
I guess
plastic.
Drums. Plastic drums, I'm asking.
Plastic drums?
Yeah. The raft I can understand, because it's, by the way, do you understand the meaning of the word raft?
Yeah.
Okay, how can you explain?
it's something to something that can move under the water, not under, on the water,
On the water.
and not sink,
It's a
and
problem.
not sink.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so it's not a boat. Yeah, it's kind of flat and actually something like, square or rectangular thing. Yeah, so which you can float on the water. Yeah, okay. But what is plastic drums? So some people ask me, how can we use actually musical instruments for this purpose? But no, it's not a musical instrument. Do you have any ideas what that?
Maybe
plastic-
it's bottles, plastic
Bottles.
bottles.
Yeah, very close to
Yeah.
bottles. Actually, you very often you put petrol in them.
Ah. Okay.
I don't remember
Канистры.
to say it in Russian.
Канистра.
Канистра. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So actually, it's something unexpected, and yeah, plastic drums, planks of wood. Any ideas?
Mm.
Something from wood.
Yeah, small pieces.
Some sticks.
Yes.
Pieces, yeah.
Yeah, pieces of wood, some sticks of wood. You are absolutely right. Yeah, actually, like in our language, we have the word planka, деревянная. Так? Planka з дерева. I think it's the same. Yeah. Okay, I agree. What does it mean? Accelerating race across a river. What that? Accelerating race across a river.
Maybe it's about crossing the river, but this river is not very calm. It's quite a river, not quick river, a river with quick waters.
Yeah, Roth River. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and actually it's fast, yeah, race, if you take it as a pretty simple word. Yeah. Okay. And actually, I suppose you will not have any more unknown words, but probably just look to the end. Am I right? Or probably something is still unknown? I was exactly sure you don't know this exact words, but maybe you have something more. Just ask.
No.
What does it mean, encourage? No, okay, encourage, just in case.
To motivate, maybe.
Oh, to motivate. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's a good example. It's a synonym, exactly. Okay, actually, good job. You didn't know only the things which I predicted, yeah, because it's exactly C1 level. Okay, very good. And you can see 6 statements. I'll give you a few minutes and try to say which team building activity or activities, probably it can go sometimes into 2 positions, does each statement refer to? Try to guess why do you think so. Okay, so pay attention what is the reason for your choice. So a few minutes, try to guess. And while you will relax from this, from my speaking. Are you still alive?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'm happy to hear it. Just tell me as soon as you have finished, okay? and we will check.
Боня.
Svetlana, it's
Yeah.
a little bit strange, but I'm not sure that I get the task right.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. Actually, which team building activity or activities does each statement refer to? For example, you say the first team is to finish is the winner, and you can say it's about, I don't know, something like, scavenger hunt. Because, and blah, blah, blah. Did you do like that? Or so I suppose it's time.
Yeah.
Check. Yeah. Okay, so actually let's check. If you haven't finished, I suppose we'll continue on the way. Good. So the first team to finish is the winner. Okay, so Irina, what do you think? What activities are about it where you should have to finish first to be winner?
It must be the scavenger hunt.
Okay, where was it mentioned in the text?
In the task. Okay. At the end of the time limit, the team with the most objects is the winner.
Okay, just a moment, but you can see at the end of team limit, yeah, the team with the most objects is the winner. Does it mean you have to finish earlier to be the winner? No. Actually, some simple things, yeah. Can you see that they are sort of tricky? You have to be really careful because, it's a mode of international examinations to ask questions like that, to provide clear sentences, which mean nothing. So actually, no, I cannot say that it's a scavenger hunt. It's not like that. You don't have to finish first. You have to finish with, wider number of things you have found. But what, actually? Really unexpected thing.
Marshmallow challenge.
Where exactly?
But now there's a time limit.
There is no time limit. You're right. Actually,
there is a time limit here in Marshmallow Challenge, but it doesn't mean that you have to finish first.
Absolutely. The same trick as in the previous paragraph.
What's the answer? Sorry.
We haven't found the answer yet.
Okay. I think
that there is no answer yet. Okay, Elena, do you have the answer? Well, Irina is looking for it, I suppose. Do you have the answer there?
At first, I think it's scavenger hunt.
No, we decided it's not.
Yeah. At first, but then maybe it's raft building because we can see the time, and that's why maybe the first team which can cope with this task, maybe it will be the winner.
Absolutely, because actually afterwards they use the rafts they produced to hold an exhilarating race across the river. So actually speedy race. So who would be the first? Yeah, who first finish building? Actually, will be a winner. You have to read, between the lines. So to make, logical conclusions. Yes, it's not the direct answer. Yeah, but actually you have to guess it. And another one. There is a second one. Who tells me the second one? Raft building is one activity, and
get in line.
Get in line. Where was it? Try to find it.
The teams then race.
Absolutely. Do you see? So very simple activity, actually. Very, very simple, paragraphs, very simple questions, but, rather tricky answers. Be careful. It's like, you can be caught by these questions. And it's usually, I don't know how Cambridge can do it. I suppose they get some, super power people. Because you should have the talent, yes, to ask simple questions in order to lose concentration, to lose focus, and to be, actually taken aback. Be careful, So most of our texts, despite having not lots of unknown words, will be like that, yes? Because it's C1, I'll tell you. Okay, what do you think of number 2? What was the question? You can do it in your workplace with no preparation and no equipment. Andrei, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here. I think that get in line, because we don't have anything extra except people to make such activity.
Yes, okay, and one more. One.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. That's right. You have to have the tone. That's all, actually. Okay, absolutely, I agree. This one is easier. I guess.
Two activities. to answer.
2 activities. Yeah. Okay. Number 3, there are 2 stages: making something and doing something with it. So, Irina, what do you think it is?
It's raft building.
Okay, actually you are right. Yes, you have something, and then actually to win the race. Yeah, absolutely. I suppose this one is absolutely straightforward. Okay, number 4, it involves a lot of walking.
Out and about.
Okay, out and about. Okay, in what way do you have to walk in this activity?
What way?
Yes, what way? So where can you see in the paragraph that they actually have to walk? Sorry.
Hike together.
Yes, hike together. That's right. Do you remember what does hiking mean?
To walk with the backpack anywhere.
Yes, absolutely. That's one is hiking. I agree. Okay, and actually, it's 2 activities. I'm not sure that you mentioned the second one. Out and about, and what else?
Maybe scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
Scavenger hunt. Where can you find something like a proof that you can walk around?
One way to get some exercise in the fresh air.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, some exercise in the fresh air, and definitely it's a kind of activity where you have to walk and run and jump. I don't know, something else. Okay, very good. It forces people to ask and answer questions. So 2 activities also.
Tell the truth and get in line.
Okay, tell the truth and get in line, yeah? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose a clear answer. I don't know if we have to try to find it, but I suppose tell the truth. Actually, the answer is in the name, yeah? Tell the truth, ask and answer. Okay. And last one, it's best to make a plan before you start construction. What do you think of it?
Marshmallow challenge.
Okay, what kind of plan?
Because you have only marshmallow and spaghetti, and you have a plan in your head how to make some structure, to plan your structure before making.
Well, yes, to plan your structure before making. Why I am asking you to find these words, because exactly it's principles which are used in lots of tasks like that, like true, false, not given, in what paragraph it was mentioned, and so on. Actually, you usually have to find exact words. So definitely it's going to be something like a synonym or a rephrase, paraphrase, but you still can read it because it's a line in your text. Yeah, logic, it's okay sometimes when you have some clear things like we were talking about drafting, yeah, because it's exactly clear. But in most cases, your general logic doesn't work. So actually, you have to be really careful with words in the text. Yeah. So these principles are always connected with careful reading. Yeah. Okay. So marshmallow challenge, and what else? One more.
Raft building.
Raft building. Okay. And actually, raft building. Why do you think so?
Afterwards, they use
you can
to design and construct.
Yes, actually, it's just natural process to design something and then to construct. Why I think so? Because I can not see anything connected with they were given a plan to build it. Yeah. So actually, I suppose that strongly I have with a strong logic, I have to design it myself. So I cannot ask anyone not to provide it to me. It wasn't written. That's why, you can see that, yes, I can get it from here. Okay, what are your impression of this task? Easy? Difficult?
Interesting.
Doable, I guess. Actually, doable, it's quite a good word to use there. Yeah, so if you think, yes, you can do it. Okay. One more interesting task. It's connected with some words. So exercise 4, we will continue with vocabulary. We'll switch the activity from long stories to shorter things, and we will go through the special vocabulary. So actually, you can some phrases, yes, in these sentences. They are all actually from your text, so nothing new. It's just the words which we could find. I would like you to think which words can replace the verb involved. For example, they say, if we try to break down the barriers, so try the same as to make an effort. What does it mean, effort?
Попытка. Усилие.
That's right, yes, if you try hard, so it's the effort. Next one, you can see a thing as you need to nudge your people. Nudge here, what part of speech is it?
It's a verb.
Verb.
Verb, definitely. You can even see to, yes, in front of it. Okay, very good. How can you make it a noun? With what combination?
In the text, it was a nudge to push.
No, actually.
Give a nudge.
Yes, to give a nudge. Very good, actually. Yeah, you can mark. Yes, you need to give a nudge your people.
Okay.
And actually, to give a nudge is nudge sometimes when you do your writing and you really wish to paraphrase something and you can see a nudge, yes? So how can you rephrase? You can put it as a kick, but if you put a kick, yes? So what would you get? The lower level of vocabulary, yes? So actually kick, if you try to check it in the dictionary, you will not see that it's C1, for example, but nudge definitely is. What can you change? You can change a part of speech, and according to all the actual requirements, it could be considered as paraphrasing. It's okay. Do you understand it? So nudge, to give a nudge, actually absolutely similar. Very good. Next one. Let's look at 6 of the best ways, blah, blah, blah. Look, yes, it's what part of speech?
Verb.
Again, verb, yes, verb again, absolutely. So how can you make it a noun?
Let's take a look.
Take a look.
Yes, take a look, absolutely, take a look. Very good, okay. Next one now, to build teams, which is priceless. And there you have not to change build, but you have to change the sentence itself to make it different a bit. So you have to change it into noun in different way.
Team building.
It's like what?
It's like team building is priceless.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. So it's going to be like that. But how can you still leave it as a collocation with a verb and a noun? Again, a verb and a noun. Yeah, noun. I agree with you that it's team building. But if you say that team building, you will lose such a word which I am intended to get. You still have to make it a verb, but longer one.
To do team building.
Yes, to do team building. Yes, to do some priceless team building. Yes, if it's actually in the context of our sentence. So to do some team building. Okay, very good. Then they search for information. What do you think of it? They search for information. It's a verb, yeah? How can you make the same verb with a noun with the same meaning?
They search for information.
But actually, if you say a search, it's only in I would like the previous one, and you will guess what I mean. So I'm trying to push you to guided discovery, you know. I suppose Andrei is an expert because he offered almost every combinations. Just can you help?
To go on a search.
Yes, to go on the search. Absolutely. Yeah, to go on the search. Так, next one. To exercise in the fresh air.
To do
some exercise. Anything else? Probably in the text was a bit different. And the text was not do, but what? Seems to me that
to get.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah, actually, but actually to do some exercises, okay, to say too, and actually it's in our style and in our topic also. Well, to race across a river, what can you say about it? To race across a river. So in the story, in the text was like
to hold.
An exhilarating race. That's right. Absolutely. Okay, then why not simply hike a long way? To hike a long way.
Go for a long hike.
Yes, to go for a long hike. Absolutely, to go for a long hike. And last one, the time to chat in a good old-fashioned way. To chat. Yes, to have a good old-fashioned chat. Okay, very good job. Actually, it wasn't easy. I suppose you coped with it. So we came to such a, sounding or strange grammar point, the lexical verb. What does it mean? Look at those combinations. What does it mean, the lexical verbs? How do you understand it? Any ideas? Why the lexical? What does it mean?
Means that maybe they have not the only one meaning, but they have
close, very close, but not absolutely exact. I will read you the explanation from the new dictionary what the lexical verb mean. So it's common verbs such as have, take, make, give, which when used with particular nouns have very little meaning on their own. The meaning is found in the noun, not in the verb. Do you understand? So you will not get in the translation something like брати, так, чи робити, чи йти. You will get exactly the meaning, the point, the sense of all the collocation from the what? From the noun, yeah? Actually, the word loses its meaning there, absolutely, fully, yeah? So to make the effort, yes? Probably it's close because in our language, we have something similar, but actually make, it's not, if you, for example, omit the effort, you will never translate like that. Do you understand? So it's called the lexical verbs. And actually, why am I concentrated on them so much? Exactly, because when you're speaking, it's very easy to rephrase and paraphrase the word which was already mentioned with something which is pretty close, but with different, meaning, probably meaning the same, but different part of speech kind of it, yes? So it means that you have rather good fluency in language. And I suppose that's all for today. And I'll give you very small homework today because actually our next lesson is tomorrow. So only one. Part A, it's 5A, but actually the picture closed the number. So it's complete the phrases with the lexical verbs in the box. Do you see? A violet box. And actually, if you have more time, I suppose you can read the authentical article, which is, you know, something like a basis for this one, which was included into your book. Okay, so actually you can see the reference, do you see, in the middle, snacknation.com blog and so on. But
Yes,
you will
yes,
get,
we see.
yeah, you will get the authentic version of it. Okay, I suppose that's all for today. Так, ну, як ви відчуваєте? Ми справились?
Здається, так.
Мені так здається.
Така гарна зарядка для голови.
Так.
Расшевелили извилины в нужном направлении.
Молодці, молодці. Так, це важка робота. Ну, якщо чесно, то цей рівень, цей level, я вже не можу. Can I switch to English back? Because it's, I don't know for what reason I'm speaking since the early morning in English, and that's why Russian language, Ukrainian language is hard to you know, to take some proper words. So I suppose it's not easy job, but the more you do exercises which are a bit higher than you can, I suppose the higher you can cope. How can you say pinok?
Kick, nudge.
Notch, that's right.
Notch.
Absolutely. So I suppose it's a proper notch for you just to move forward. Okay. So I guess this homework would be pretty enough, I guess. Yeah. Okay, good. So I suppose I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah. Have a nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you with all of us. Okay.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for the perfect lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.